My name is Ellie Carver, and I grew up in the house on Sycamore Lane. It's a sagging clapboard relic in Derry, Maine. The kind of place that looks like it's been holding its breath since the Great Depression. My parents bought it cheap in '92, when I was 5, and we lived there until I was 16, when Mom finally had enough of Dad's drinking and we lit out for Portland. But that house, it's got hooks in me. It's always had hooks. As a kid, I never felt right in that place. The air was too thick, like you were breathing through a wet rag. Shadows seemed to linger in corners, even at noon. I'd wake up at night, heart pounding, sure I'd heard my name whispered from the hallway. My parents never believed me. Dad said I was too imaginative, and Mom just told me to pray harder. But I knew something was wrong with that house. It wasn't just a feeling. It was a certainty, like knowing the stove's hot before you touch it. Last month, I did something I swore I'd never do. I went back. I'm 32 now, with a job in Augusta and a fiancé who thinks I'm crazy for dwelling on kid stuff. But I had to know if the house was as bad as I remembered, or if it was just my head playing tricks. So I packed a bag, drove the 2 hours north, and stood on Sycamore Lane, staring at the place that's haunted me for decades. The memories come back like splinters under my skin. There was the time I was 8, playing in the attic, when I found an old mirror with a cracked frame. I swear I saw a woman in it. Not me, not my reflection, but a woman with hollow eyes and a smile like a razor. I ran downstairs, screaming. But when I dragged Mom up to see, the mirror was gone. Not moved. Gone. We never found it. Then there were the noises. Footsteps creaking on the stairs at 2 a.m., slow and deliberate, like someone testing each step. I'd lie in bed, blankets pulled to my chin, listening as they stopped right outside my door. Once, I got brave and flung the door open, but the hallway was empty. Just a faint smell of mildew and something sour, like old sweat. The worst was the feeling of being watched, in the kitchen, eating cereal. I'd feel eyes on the back of my neck. In the backyard, swinging on the rusty set Dad never fixed, I'd catch a flicker of movement in the upstairs windows. And the dreams, God, the dreams. I'd see the house, but wrong, like it was alive. Walls pulsed like flesh, and the floors bled black tar. In those dreams, a voice always whispered, "Stay, Ellie, you're mine." Driving up Sycamore Lane last month, I felt like a kid again, small and scared. The house looked worse than I remembered. Peeling paint, windows like cataracted eyes, the front porch sagging like an old man's jaw. My hands shook as I unlocked the door. The realtor still had the spare key from when Mom sold it. The smell hit me first. Damp wood, rot, and that same sour tang from my childhood. Inside, it was like stepping into a photograph. The same faded wallpaper, the same creaky floorboards. But there were changes too. In the living room, I found scratches on the walls, deep, jagged, like claw marks. They weren't there when we lived here. Upstairs, in my old bedroom, the closet door was nailed shut. I don't know why, but I didn't touch it. Just looking at it made my stomach twist. I spent hours wandering, half expecting to see that woman from the mirror. I didn't, but I found something else. A loose floorboard in the attic, under which was a bundle of letters, yellowed and brittle. They were dated 1923, addressed to a Margaret, from someone named E. The last one said, "The house won't let me go. It's in the walls, in the air. If you find this, run." My skin crawled. I took the letters and left. I've read about hauntings since then. Poltergeists, residual energy, all that stuff the ghost hunters crowd eats up. Some say places like Sycamore Lane are psychic batteries, soaking up pain and fear. Derry's got a bad history. Disappearances, murders, things folks don't talk about. That house fits right in. I dug into the house's past after that visit. The Derry Historical Society had records. It was built in 1910 by a man named Elias Carver. No relation, I hope. He died there in 23, same year as those letters. The papers said accident, but whispers called it suicide. After that, the house changed hands a dozen times, each family leaving faster than the last. One tenant in Phase 7 claimed the walls sang at night. Another said their kid saw a woman who wasn't there. What's haunting that place? I've got theories. Maybe it's Elias, trapped by whatever broke him. Maybe it's the house itself, alive in some awful way, feeding on fear. Or maybe it's just Derry, something in the soil, the water, the air that twists places like Sycamore Lane into traps. I've read about stone tape theory, where trauma imprints on a place like a recording. If that's true, that house is a whole damn album of screams. The worst part, it's changed me. I don't sleep right anymore. I see that house in my dreams, same as when I was a kid. My fiancé says I'm obsessed, but he doesn't get it. That house isn't just a memory. It's a weight I carry, like a stone in my chest. I don't know if I'll ever be free of Sycamore Lane. It's part of me, like a scar you forget until it itches. Standing there last month, I wanted to burn the place down, but that wouldn't fix anything. Evil like that doesn't die. It just moves on. I'm trying to let go. I've got a life now, a good one, and I don't want that house stealing it. But sometimes, late at night, I hear those footsteps again, creaking in my head. I feel those eyes, watching from the dark. I tell myself it's just memory, just imagination. But deep down, I know better. Facing that house was the hardest thing I've ever done. It didn't give me answers, but it gave me something else. The strength to keep going, to not let fear win. I'm not the kid who ran from shadows anymore. I've looked into the dark, and I'm still here. That's enough for now.